What's up, gamers? How the heck are you? In this video, we're going to be going over Merlin Trials and Hogwarts Legacy. Now, if you don't know what Merlin Trials are, they are little puzzles placed throughout all of Hogwarts Legacy, and each time you solve one, it gains you one step closer to earning more gear slots. And if you don't know, gear slots are super valuable. If you're looting the world and you run out of gear slots, you cannot loot that chest and you have to leave it there. Hopefully you remember to come back for it, and that is stressful, trust me. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to take care of each Merlin trial type. Now, there are a ton of Merlin trials throughout this map, but a lot of them are very similar. So I'm going to teach you how to take care of each version of the Merlin trials so that you have no issues and you can speed your way through each one of these trials with little to no problem. Alright, so I'm starting you guys off with a pretty easy one. I'm going to call this Ancient Basketball. Your goal is to get a giant stone ball into a giant stone bowl that's located somewhere in the vicinity of the Merlin trial you activated. You can do this by whatever means necessary. You can blast it into the stone bowl, or you can levitate it if you'd like to. Either way, your goal is simple. Get it into the hoop. That's all you got to do. I'm pretty sure this is how Merlin played basketball back in his day, so that's why we're having to do it today. But once you do get the ball into the hole, your trial is over. You've completed it, you've done a great job, and now you can move on to the next one. Nothing left to do. You're amazing, as always. Alright, we're going to call this one Skee Ball Merlin style. So sticking with the same theme of putting balls into holes. Hate that I said that sentence. But this one's pretty straightforward as well. Basically, you're going to levitate this group of small spheres over to a designated location. There are going to be 3 of these locations each time you activate one of these trials. So go look for all 3 so that you know where they are. The balls can be hidden, so you do need to kind of look around for them. They can be tucked behind bush that you have to burn away or chop away, tucked behind spider webs and things like that. So you do need to look for them in order to complete the trial. Now, once you have stacked up all the balls into all 3 locations, you have completed another trial. You're doing great. Keep moving forward. All right, so I'm going to call this one Descending Fire Pots. When you start the Merlin trial, you'll notice there are 3 fire pots of different heights. You want to light the tall one first because it will start descending downward. If you do not light all 3 fire pots before the first one falls to the ground, you'll have to start over again. It's not overly complicated, but it is something that you might want to plan out just a little bit before you go lighten the fire pits and stuff like that. So good luck with this one. Now this next one's pretty simple. It's called Destroying Pillars because that's what it is. The moment you start the trial, you'll notice that these pillars kind of light up and then you can highlight them from pretty far out. Well, if you use Confringo, you can blow them up instantly, or you can use Bombardum, whichever you choose. Your goal is just to destroy all of the pillars. There's not really a time limit for them. You just have to destroy them. You can do it fast, you can do it slow. It's up to you. Sometimes they're hidden, sometimes they're not. So you might have to find the pillar if you want to complete the trial. Now this one's called Putting Humpty Merlin Back Together Again. Once you start the trial, 3 Merlin pillars will explode and fall into pieces. Basically, so you have to use Reparo just to get them back in order again. So you can locate the pillars prior to this one. If you happen to see them and you're like, oh, that's going to be part of the trial, then you can know the location. But it's not a big deal if you don't know the location of them. You can find them using your Revelio, obviously. But other than that, your goal is just to put them back together again. Now, once you've placed all 3 of them back together again, Humpty Dumpty will be happy once more, and you will be rewarded for completing another trial. Congratulations, you're doing great. Keep moving on. Alright, so I'm going to call this one Follow the Light. You're going to locate a stone lantern near the Merlin trial. If you see the stone lantern, then you need to find the blue lightning bugs, or fireflies, or whatever you want to call them. Guide them over with Lumos, and they should light up the stone lantern, and it makes Merlin so happy. There are 3 of these in the location, so you need to light all 3 in order to complete the trial. If you do happen to lose Lumos at some point, and lose the bugs, that's okay. They either will go back to the location you originally found them, or they'll stay right where you lost them at. So just look around the area where you lost Lumos. Other than that, you should complete the trial and move on. All right, so I'm calling this next one the Flipendo Puzzle because you only need to use Flipendo. I'm using Wingardium Leviosa, then Flipendo in this one, and that's dumb. Don't do that, just use the Flippin' Charm, all right? That's all you need to use. Basically, you have to match the symbols up with the ones located on the pillar, so you need to spin the cube object on top of the pillar until they match up completely. It's probably the more trickier puzzle, but it's still pretty easy in itself. Just match up the symbols using Flipendo. Do not use anything else. That was my mistake. Moving on. All right, this next one's called Target Practice. Basically, just like destroying pillars, you're going to see these little orbs kind of light up around the area. You just need to hit them with something that makes them explode. There should be 9 of them, if I'm correct. I think I counted 9 each time I did this. There should be at least 9 of them. Look for them and just destroy them. They're fun little target practice. Sometimes they're tucked behind the rocks and stuff like that, or off in a different location. You just need to look around the area. They shouldn't be too far from the Merlin Trial though. So this one's pretty easy though, nothing to worry about. All right, for this last one, I combined a few clips because they're all pretty much the same. We're going to call it The Floor is Lava. The goal here is to jump on top of a single platform. Once you do, you have to make it to all the other platforms before touching the ground. Otherwise, you'll have to start all over again. Now, there are a couple of variations to this. There's a single pillar one where you have to jump to each pillar, knocking off rocks and blocks and stuff like that that are in your way. There's one that's a staircase where you have to either ascend or descend the staircase. It doesn't matter the order in which you go. You just have to jump to each one before you touch the ground. Once you reach a platform, it should light up green and have vines grow on it, letting you know that you've gotten to it successfully. If you've done them all in order and you've done them not touching the ground, you've completed the Merlin Trial. Congratulations. Alright guys, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked any part of that video, please hit that like button. It does help with the algorithm. If you guys end up liking me at all, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you. I cover horror games, survival games, and open world style games. I'll be on Hogwarts Legacy for a little bit, but new games are coming out every day, and I'm super excited to try them out and get them on the channel. If there's any games that you guys would like to see me play or you'd like to see me cover, please drop them in the comments below. If I did miss a trial, put that in the comments and I'll pin it to the top. I don't think that I did, but if I did miss a trial, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to cover that anytime that I can, maybe on a short or something like that. But hey, as always guys, you know I love you and I'll gladly catch you in the next one. Peace out.